Hey everyone, a very good evening. Welcome to your own favorite channel. Well, today's session is going to be interesting because today we are going to be talking about pair of linear equations in two variables in one shot. This is part 1. So basically this is a long chapter. So we have divided this chapter in 3 parts. So today I'll be discussing the part 1. Alright, so linear equation is something that you have learned before. Like you started learning about simple equations from grade 7, right? You learn about simple equations, then you learn about linear equations in one variable. But here in this chapter, in 10th grade, we have linear equations in two variables. Trust me, this is a very interesting chapter. Though yes, even if you see the NCERT, it's a bit lengthy. A lot of topics are there. Word problems also are there. I think that's the most scariest part for the students. But trust me, if you are regularly coming for the classes, you will not have any doubt in your mind. All these things would be crystal clear. So, who all we have here? Hi Smita, Pinky, Virender. Yes, Lakshit, Banasa, Muskan, good evening. Word problem exercise. Don't worry, Pinky. I'll be covering everything. That's what I said. That we have divided that in 3 parts. Yes. Sumit. Yes. Meeting again. Hi Manas. Blesswin Joy. Mahalakshmi. Shubhi. Alright. So I hope I'm visible and audible to everyone out there. Yes, Muskan. That is deleted. Hello Smita. Good evening Apta. Good evening Tavishi. Innovative 26. Krish. Yes. I recognized you. Yes. All right. But it's okay. This is something that you're going to learn next year. Yes. But these grades are interrelated. Slight change has to be done in the general form, I would say. Anmol, Ayan, Gurranch. Yes, Nishan, Susan, Sakshi. All right. So I'm visible and audible to everyone out there. So let's not waste any more time here. Let's get started. So before I properly start the session, let me give you an important update. So this is about the BYJU'S Mini Learning program, which is now absolutely free. But it's a limited period offer. So to avail this offer, you have to use this code YTFREE, all in caps. Now, what all we are getting here? First of all, 3 sessions you can take at free of cost if you use this code. Remember the code, don't forget this. And you can choose the class timings as per your convenience and for whichever subject you want to take the class for. So dual teacher model is there, one-on-one guidance from the personal mentor, live interactive classes, after class assignments and assessments would also going to be there. It's for grade 10th, by the way. Yes, Lakshit. All right. So I hope everybody has joined the Telegram channel. If you haven't yet, so many things you are getting here, like some interesting quizzes, session updates you will get here, some interesting revision questions, homework questions, and yes, session PDFs. So whatever sessions you see here, you keep asking for the session notes. So that would be shared on the Telegram channel. So link for the app, BYJU'S Mini Learning program, that's what I told you. For that as well, it's in the description. And for joining the Telegram channel as well, it's there in the description. So please do go check that out after the class. Yes. So now I can see that many people have joined. Well, Asta, for that, you can, on our channel only, there is a video, right? How to enroll for the classes. You can watch that. Yes, Shubhi, absolutely. Trigonometry is favorite. Trigonometry used to be my favorite also when I was in grade 10. Now all the chapters are equal for me, I would say. Good evening, Manasvi. Doing good. Thank you. All right, so let's get started. So before I start off, let's consider a scenario to have a better understanding. So here what we can see is that players are playing cricket, right? Now, the batsman over here, one of the batsmen is basically Rohan, and he's a very good player. And generally, the trend is like he generally, reaches century. He makes centuries actually. Oh, what happened? Empire just said that he got out. Oh. So Rohan was just 15 runs away from reaching a century this time. So can you guess his score? We don't know what Rohan's score is. Let's say Rohan's score is X, right? So he was 15 points away, 15 runs away from making a century. Century means 100, just 15 runs away. That means if I add 15 to Rohan's runs, so he will be able to reach the century. He'll be able to make a century, 100, right? So that's all. That was pretty easy, right? So that's why you guessed it so easily. It could be done mentally also. That 85 is going to be the number. Let's consider. So this is what? This is nothing but that's linear equation in one variable, which we have already learned in the previous grades. Yes. Now let's consider another scenario. Here we have got these two players, Sohan and Raju. They are very good players. And together they had a wonderful partnership of 130 runs. Wow, that's nice. That's a good number, isn't it? Now, how many runs did each score individually? Let's suppose Sohan has scored X runs and Raju has scored Y runs. In total, they have scored 130 runs. So, this is representing what? This is actually representing linear equation in two variables. Now, how are we going to guess the scores? Right? Yes, because we need another relation to guess this. Right. So, if I talk about linear equation, so basically there is linear equation in one variable, which you have already learned in the previous grade. Then we have linear equation in two variables. So this is what we have in our syllabus this year in grade 10th. Okay. We will suppose we need to. I was just considering a scenario. Yes, Veronica, and on every chapter, we will be making the sessions. Don't worry. Generally, Astha, if I see the student's perspective, when it comes to linear equations, I think word problems is the only part where they get stuck. Am I correct? Correct me if I am wrong. Yes, because generally the students who come to me, they ask only these kind of doubts. Yes, Sajida, we will be covering exemplar also. Yeah? True. So don't worry. Once I start with the word problems, trust me, I'll give you some tips, some tricks like how to go about them. Right? How to tackle them. You will find it much easier then. That's nice, Muskan. So now you can revise with us. Mentee, once we are done with the chapter. Definitely we'll come up with that. Yes, we will be making videos on all the chapters, Veronica. One by one. Yes? Okay, so what is the general form of our pair of linear equation in two variables? General form. That's a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. This is the general form for pair of linear equations in two variables. Yes, Padal is here. All right. So now let's suppose if I ask you, let's suppose if I have to distribute this certificate, this trophy and this gift voucher to the good players of the cricket team. Right? So let's suppose, I don't know how many certificates we would require, how many trophies, but I know gift voucher is for rupees 2000 and the total available money that I have, that's rupees 10,000. And the price for one certificate is rupees 15, price for one trophy is rupees 150. Let's suppose that I'm giving this to X number of players and trophy to Y number of players. Right? So 15x, the total amount for the certificates, 150y the total amount for the trophies, and 2000 rupees the gift voucher. In all, it's going to be equals to 10,000 rupees. Right? Now, if I take 10,000 to the other side, what equation would I have? 15x plus 150y minus 8,000 equals to 0. Yes? Adi Sharma. See, these are the questions regarding the reference books. I think I've already answered to this. We did a session, a proper session on this where we just talked about which books we should refer. Yes? I'm glad that these are actually helpful for you. Right? So after this session, you can watch that. Which books to use. Everything will be covered, Tavishi. Don't worry. All right. So this is the equation that we... Now if I talk about this equation, right? So in the language of mathematics, what I can say is that here x and y, these are basically the variables, right? And over here 115, 150, these are the coefficients of x and y, right? And this minus 8,000, it's nothing but that's the constant term. We need to know these small things before we begin any chapter. But remember one thing, when I was talking about the general form, if I write this in general form, that's going to be ax plus by plus c equals to 0, right? General form of linear equation in two variables, where x and y are variables, a and b over here are coefficients of x and y, and c over here is the constant term. So where a, b and c are nothing but these are the real numbers, right? And a and b cannot be 0, because if any one of them is 0, then it will no more be linear equation in two variables. Two variables have to be there. Yes. Yes, it is there. For polynomials, for real numbers. Yes, innovative 26. All right. Seems like you still have confusion about the books. R.D. Sharma, second favorite book. First favorite book is NCRT because it is Bible. Oh, seems like you regularly, usually come for my classes, right? Yes, Paramveer, I'm doing good. Thank you. Constant term. Yes, constant term can be 0, but the other two, A and B, cannot be 0. Because if, let's suppose A is 0, so this entire term would be 0. There would be only one variable left, that is y. We cannot call it linear equation in two variables. It will only be one variable then. Right? Yes, Virendra. Alright. So, I think now that till here you have understood the concept. No doubts? Because now I'm going to ask you a question. Are we all ready for this? Correct, Manasvi. I always say that. Yes. No doubts. Alright. So let's try out a question now. The values of A, B and C in the equation 5x minus 3y equals to 9 are given by dash respectively. 4 options you can see on the screen. I'm giving you 30 seconds to answer this. Quickly, tell me what the right answer is going to be. You have seen the general form, just giving you a hint. Yes? You have seen the general form. If you compare it with that, you will be able to get to the right answer. Muskan, first one to answer here. She's saying it's going to be C. Let's see. Innovative 26A, Janvi A, Satsa D, Pinky A, Janvi, Smita. Oh my God. A, B, C, D. I can see all the options in the chat section. Some are saying A, some are saying B, C, D. All the options here. Right answer is D. Okay. Let's see. See, if I talk about the general form of linear equation in two variables, that's ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Now look at the equation that we have. We have 5x minus 3y. C is on the other side. 9 is on the other side. Let's take it to this side. It would be minus 9. Now let's compare them. So we have got A as 5, B would be minus 3 and C would be minus 9. That was very simple question. Yes? What happened? You get confused or you did not compare with the general equation or you were super confident? Yes? In that situation also we sometimes give the wrong answer. We do not read the question carefully. We are so confident that we know that, okay, yes, this is the answer. No need to read the question so carefully. B and D are same. A5, B minus 3, B minus 3, C9. So B and D you can say yes. Both of them are going to be the right answer. But still students were saying A also, they were saying C also. How could A and C be right? Yes, so basically right answer is B or D, whatever you say. This A has to be 5, B has to be minus 3, C has to be minus 9, right? First one. Hurry, right. Yes, Yash, you can ask whatever doubt you have. Guransh is saying it's going to be B. Quickly, you can post your doubts. Alright, meanwhile, let's move ahead. So here, pair of linear equations in two variables. So till now you saw linear equation in two variables. Now pair of linear equations in two variables. As I said, this is the general form. A1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. A2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. Yes? Okay, so what it represents? We know that linear means straight. So these equations actually represent straight lines. Yes? Right. So these will always represent straight lines. Now let's consider a scenario. So again we have Sohan and Raju with us. Now what is happening here is, as I said, they both together scored 130 runs. Now let's suppose Sohan scored 30 more runs than Raju. So equation is going to be x equals to y plus 30. So again we have a word problem over here. Sohan, let's suppose Sohan runs are x over here and Raju's runs are y. Right? Sohan scored 30 more than Raju. Right? One way to write this is difference between the runs. Since Sohan scored 30 more than Raju, difference between the runs would be 30. Sohan has scored more runs, so x minus y equal to 30. Yes, Anmol, it's in description. Yes. Yash, my God, never seen such short forms and, different way of writing. IMM, AA, new, STU. All right. So here it could be written as x equals to y plus 30. I think no confusion still here. Now in this session we will be solving this using the graphical method. See, there is a way of solving these equations algebraically as well. But in today's session I'm just talking about the graphical ones. Yes, Manasvi. So here Sohan has scored 30 more runs than Raju. So that means the difference between their runs is actually 30. Sohan's runs minus Raju's runs is going to be equals to 30, right? Let's take y to the other side. We have x equals to y plus 30. Right? I hope this is clear. Yes? Okay, now we are going to solve this using the graphical method. How to solve this? Now let's take a look. So we have these two equations over here. All we have to do is, we have x and y here. Let's substitute here. Let's suppose if I substitute x as 0, so y would be 130. If I put y as 0, so x would be 130. Similarly here as well. If I put y as 0, so x would be 30. If I put x as 0, y would be minus 30. See, it's not always that you can put one as 0, another one you would get the value. Sometimes the equations would be in such a way, the digits would be in such a way that you have to pick some different numbers. Yes, sorry, I did not read your comment. Please post that again. Okay, so what is the answer going to be? Let's plot this. So here we can see that if I plot this on the graph, so here x is 130, y is 0, x 130, y 0. Where is it going to be? X 130, y 0. It's here, x 130, y 0. X 0, y 130, it is here. So let's make a line and join them. 0 is much more easier. Yes, 0 is much more easier, especially for these type of questions. But if you have different, trickier values, in that case, 0 will not always help. So that thing will come with practice only. So x is 30, y is 0. X 30, y 0. So that's where x 30 and y 0, that's going to be here, this point. X 0, y minus 30, it is here. So we make a line, right? Now we can see that this is the common intersection point. So here x is 80, right? And y is 0. And here x is 0, y is 50, right? So we have got the common intersection point over here. What is it going to be? X is 80 and y is 50 over here. That's how we can... Yes, your answers were correct, 80 and 50. Viransh is saying sometimes 2, sometimes he is saying 1. Any doubts? Yes, Akansha? Not clear, Mahalakshmi. So what we are doing here is we are plotting this on the graph. I hope all of you know how to plot the graphs. Yes? Yes, any doubts in plotting the graph? I'm just plotting these values over here. X is 130 and y is 0. If x is 130, y is 0, it's going to be here. This is the point. Yes? If x is 0, y is 130, it's going to be here. We have plotted the 2 points. You just have to draw this line. You can see this line highlighted in yellow over here. Right? Okay. Next is x is 30 and y is 0. If x is 30 and y is 0, it's going to be here. Okay. How am I putting 130 and 0? From here, I'm getting these values. See, you have to put the value of any one of the variables. Any value you can put. Any integer value. Right? But generally we pick up the simpler ones so that the plotting becomes easier for us. So what we do is, let's suppose if I'm putting y as 0, so x would be 130. Let's say if I'm putting x as 0, this is 130. From here I'm getting these values. I'm just plotting them on this graph. Yes, Akansha? The graph part. So x is 130, I said, y is 0. Where is it going to be? It's going to be here. Right? And x is 0, y is 130, it's going to be here. You just have to join these points using a line. Right? Similarly here as well, these are the 2 points, 30, 0, 0, minus 30. You just have to plot them. Once you plot them, you get this common intersection point. Yes? So that's going to be what? That's going to be 80 and this is 50 over here. So 80, 50, that's a common intersection point. I hope this is clear now. So we are getting this answer using the graphical method. Right? Y की value 5. How come 5? These are 10, 20. Difference is 10, 20, 40, 50, 60 like this. Okay. Now let's move ahead. So lines were intersecting. So what we could say here is that when lines are intersecting, the general form of these equations is what? A1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0. Similarly, a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So these are intersecting at a common point, right? They have a unique solution. They have only one solution, unique solution. So you can check this with the equations also. If a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, we can say that lines are intersecting. Remember this relation. This is very, 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 very important. Right? For solving normal questions also, Tarun. Yes. We need an understanding about this. We cannot straight away jump to the, as I always say, no need to mug up things. Try understanding this, where it is actually coming from. Ho gaya? Great. Alright, let's try out a question now. One scheme of sports shop says that one bat and two balls cost rupees 600. Another scheme says that 3 bats and 6 balls cost rupees 1800. Now, first of all, frame equations using this equation. Let's suppose that the cost of one bat, cost of one bat over here is rupees X and cost of one ball is rupees Y. I need the equations first before we start with this. Yes, Tavishi, X plus 2Y equal to 600. That's correct. Yes, please take your time. Solve it. I'm waiting. I need the equations first. Make the equation, find out the points. Points to plot on the graph. Akanksha, we need to understand this because with using this, we are going to come to a conclusion which is actually a part of our syllabus. 3x plus 6y, 1800. Yes. Yes, Akshay, Muskan, Paramveer, Astha, Manas. Correct. So the equations are x plus 2y equals to 600. Let's suppose cost of one bat is x, cost of one ball is y. So x plus 2y equal to 600. And another one is going to be 3 bats. That's going to be 3x. Cost for 6 balls is going to be 6y. That's equals to 1800. We are ready with the equations. Now I need the points. Yes. I need the points now. Quickly. Someone is saying coincident lines. So you know the concept where this is coming from, yes? Yes, Manas, we can do that. Absolutely. Those are the algebraic methods to solve this. Niharika, 03. 03. Tavishi, 0300. Yes, 0300. What else? 0300 for which one? Astha, 0300 for which one? Is this one for this equation or for this equation? We're under 100 and 250. See, it's not always that all of your values are going to be same, but yes, the final graph has to be same. Values, even the values are different, that's okay, because it's not a hard and fast rule that everybody is going to use 0 over here. Like somebody used 100, so other value was 250. That values could differ. So, let's suppose if I am putting x as 0, if x is 0 over here, y is going to be what? 300. If I put y as 0, this entire term would be 0. So x would be 600. Yes, Webavi, yeah. In the other equation, let's say if I put x 0, so this entire term is 0. So here y would be 300. And if, let's say y is 0, so this would be 600. Manas is saying it will have unique solutions. Somebody was saying it will have infinite many solutions. Let's see. Satsa, this is the question which is written over here at the top. We will see that, what kind of solution it has. Okay, this is done. So, we have got the points. I can see some people are now joining. Yes, Kamal. Muskan is saying coincident lines, Satsa, coincident lines. Let's check this out. Now, if I have to plot the graph, we have to plot the graph, what is it going to be? So, x is 0 and, x is 0, y is 300. x 0, y 300. Where is it going to be? At this point, right? Please, I would suggest you that you can draw this graph on your notebook in a rough way. No need to use the graph sheet right now, otherwise it will take a lot of time. You will get better clarity. Yes, Manasvi, you can substitute any value, but still I would say that pick the value in such a way so that plotting becomes easier. Sometimes we put decimals, we put numbers like, let's suppose all of these are in hundreds. 200, 300, 400. If I pick up 10, 20, so in that case, let's suppose x is 20. X is 20, so 600 minus 20 is 580. 580 divided by 2, right? So pick up in such a way so that you get easier numbers. It's okay, Madhav. Okay, So now after this, we have x is 0, y is 300. X is 0, y 300. Y0, x 600 is, both of them are same if you see. So obviously the lines will overlap. Overlapping means lines are coincident. Yes, whomsoever said that is correct. Lines would be coincident. They are overlapping. Yes. So the two equations, this is the general form you can see. When lines are overlapping, that means they have infinite solutions possible. So A1 by A2 would be equal to B1 by B2 would be equal to C1 by C2. Yes. Coincident lines absolutely have infinite solutions. Ma'am, we can take 3 as common for 3x. Absolutely, you can do that. That's a good thing that you are simplifying the equation first and then solving it. Right. Yes, Goranj, right. This is clear. Quickly thumbs up, smileys if this much part is understood so that I can move ahead. Yes, Mehak. Right, Muskan. Math exam coming Wednesday. What is the syllabus? I think must be the first 3 chapters or maximum 4 chapters, not more than that. I hope you are prepared because I think you are one of the students who regularly come for the class. Akshay. Yes, Niharika, Vaibhavi, Madhav, Manasvi, understood. Great. So this is clear. All right. Now let's try out another question. The coach of cricket team A buys a helmet and 2 t-shirts for rupees 1500. You have to frame an equation. I'll not tell you this. Okay, first you make the equation, then I'll help you out in case you give me the wrong one. The coach of cricket team B buys 2 helmets and 4 t-shirts of the same kind from the same shop for rupees 2800. Right? First, I want you to frame the equations. Very soon. Don't worry, Abhimanyu. If this is coming in your paper, don't worry about that. Okay, I can see answers. X plus 2y equals to 1500. This is one equation. Another one is going to be, a lot of people have answered. Muskan, Siva Rao, Mahalakshmi, Ash, Akshay, Tavishi, Pradeep. Yes, Sudhakara Rao, Niharika, 2x plus 4y equals to 2800. Absolutely. These are the 2 equations that we have. Anybody is having doubt framing the equations? I hope this is clear. Because these questions are simple here, right? This is not difficult. It's clearly mentioned here that coach of a cricket team is buying a helmet and 2 t-shirts. Let's suppose the cost of one helmet is X, cost for 2 t-shirts. Cost for one t-shirt is Y. Right? Yes. Simple one. Clear. So we have the equations ready. Let's plot them on the graph. Now we need points. We need points, right? So let's suppose if I put x as 0. If I put x as 0, 2y would be equal to 1500. So y would be 750. If I put y as 0, this entire term would be 0, x would be 1500, right? So I have the points. Similarly for the next one. Yes, I can see the points here. So if I put x as 0, y is going to be what? 700. If I put y as 0, x is going to be 1400. Clear this thing? Any doubts? Okay. Now if you try plotting them on a graph, you would see that the lines are going to be parallel, right? Yes, correct. You can take 2 common. That would be simplified. Absolutely. Yes. Nice way to do it. So lines would be parallel. So when, yes, Tavishi, when lines are parallel, right, Manas, in that case, look at the general form. When lines are parallel, we say that they have no solution. And A1 by A2 would be equal to B1 by B2, but it will not be equal to C1 by C2. Please remember these relations. These are very, 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 very important. Yes. Manasvi, practice. This will come with the practice. Don't worry. Right? Try out a few questions after the session. I'm sure in a few days you will be pro in that. Okay, so till now what we were doing is, we were checking the points. First we frame the equations, we find out the points, find out the solutions, and then we plot them on a graph, and then we check whether they have infinitely many solutions, they have unique solution or no solution. Is it possible to identify the type of lines and the number of solutions without drawing a graph? Quickly tell me, is it possible? Without even plotting the graph, without even drawing it, can we guess this? Is there any way to guess this? Yes. Correct. That was inconsistent. Yes. Yes, Siva Rao, Madhav saying no. Yes. What is the way? Quickly tell me, what is that way? How can we find this out? Yes, quickly. How can we find this out? So basically, if you see the whole topic that we studied till now, we just check this thing only. That if you know in these two, we always have two equations. If you check the coefficients of x and y, if you check their ratios, if a1 by a2 is not equal to b1 by b2, check them out. In that case, you say that they will have a unique solution. That means lines are going to be intersecting at a common point. That would be the unique solution. And if you see that a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2 is equal to c1 by c2, you can say that lines are going to be coincident. They would overlap and they will have infinite many solutions. That's why I was again and again saying that you have to remember the relations, right? Yes, comparing the ratios, coefficients. So, and if a1 by a2 is equal to b1 by b2, not equal to c1 by c2, so they have no solution. Lines are going to be parallel in that case. Simple one. Trust me, it's a very important chapter, very interesting. A lot many questions. Like in NCERT, if you see, it's a long chapter. But still, there are a lot of questions. But if you try out questions from any other book, you will find ample questions to practice. Yes. Lot many different kind of questions can be asked from this chapter. So practice as much as you can. Like somebody was saying, I'm not very good at finding out the points. My pace is not that good. So this thing will come with the practice only. Yes. So I would say that do not waste even a single day. Right? So start practicing from now on. So now that this is clear, I have a question for you. Can you tell me which among the following pair of linear equations have infinite solutions? 30 seconds you have to answer this. This is too hard? No. I would not say hard, but yes, there are a lot of things to understand in this chapter and a lot of questions are there. Type, I would say. Question types are there. Oh, timer is not over yet, but you're saying it's going to be D or A. What is the answer? What is the answer in case of infinite solutions? Yes, quickly. D, C, D, 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 D. Overlap are equal, okay. Alright, let's check the answer. Yes, you all are right. It's going to be D because it's infinitely many solutions. So you can see that they're overlapping. See, you have to remember the relations. This is one thing that you have to remember. Other things I have shown you. How we can find this out, even if I plot this on a graph, how this will look, right? So I hope all the topics that we discussed today, this is clear to you. Quickly give me thumbs up and smileys if you have no doubts still here. Yes? Then I would suggest you, because like a lot many of you are saying that you have your exam, so unit test or formative assessment is coming up. Why not C? Because in C there is only one line. It is representing what? Linear equation in it represents only a linear equation in two variables, not pair of linear equation in two variables, right? For pair of linear equations, there should be two lines. Weber B, I think I've answered to your question. No doubts. Law, I can see that chat is flooded with thumbs up, smileys, hearts. Why not A? Because lines are intersecting over here. Yes, lines intersect in case of unique solution. They will have a unique solution, right? This is the unique solution. No doubts, crystal clear? Okay. So I have a homework question for you that I'm going to show you now. But after that, I'll tell you what you should do, how you should practice this chapter, like whatever we have covered till now. How to be better in this chapter. So let's take a look at first this question. The value of C for which the pair of equations Cx minus y equals to 2 and 6x minus 2y equal to 3 will have infinitely many solutions. A simple question. Try answering this. Let us know your correct answer in the comment section after this session. And this is something that we have already talked about. Do not forget to check this out. Trust me, it is very good. And do not forget to use this code YT free so that you can have 3 sessions free of cost. So we have got you covered. So many things we have lined up for you from every Monday to Friday to make you exam ready. And link for the Telegram channel is given in the description. Please don't forget to join and like, share and subscribe if you find that these sessions are useful. And whatever topics we have covered till now from your NCERT book, first I would say that try out the questions because practice is very important. Math can't be better. In fact, you cannot be better in any subject until and unless you practice it. The more you practice, the better it is going to be, especially for maths, I would say, right? So please try out questions from NCERT. If you are done with the NCERT, try from exemplar. on the same topic. If you're done with that also, you might be using some reference book. Please try out different questions. Yes? So that is, trust me, after some time you would realize that my pace is better and you will feel much confident. All right. For doubts, please post that in the comment section. All right, that's great. So I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.